So one of the big problems that Microsoft has been facing lately is the quality of the games just hasn't been there, right? Like when we look at things and we go, okay, well, maybe quality games would set everything right, get people on board with Xbox, and that was always the hope, and kind of is the hope, along the way. I think that the main problem that we found is, even when they've released a pretty good game, like I think, and I honestly do believe this, I think Starfield is a good game. The problem is that the game probably should have been delayed further, and probably should have been, where it's at now at launch. So it probably would have behooved them to actually delay the game or whatever and make a good game a great game. A game that people wouldn't want to miss. It's a real thing. You got to put games out that people want to play, that people don't want to kind of miss out on. That's really kind of what you have to do to get people interested in your platform. Now, when it comes down to some of these other games, it does feel like they've kind of put them out too soon, like Redfall. Obviously, I don't think that game would have ever been good, but Forza Motorsport, I believe that game's gotten much better since launch. But still, the fact that they waited 6 years between games and it was in that shape at launch tells you a lot. So I want to get into this particular aspect though, because I feel like it's important, and finally maybe some good stuff. What's up, everybody? I'm Crap Gamer. This is Crap Gamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. It helps out my channel and it means a lot to me personally. I do daily gaming content, usually a video, sometimes two, so keep that in mind as we go along. And I try to be informative. I try to be fun. Maybe that's something y'all are interested in, and if so, even better, because I like doing the videos and things like that. So with that being said, this I felt was a very good thing on Microsoft's part, on Phil Spencer's part, to kind of get this out there and let people know what was going on. According to Phil Spencer, he's talking about Avowed, which, it's a game I'm actually looking forward to. I know there hasn't been much on Xbox, and some of the stuff that they've had, isn't exactly on a lot of people's radars, unfortunately. But Obsidian's RPG was once scheduled for release this year, but in August, Xbox said it was pushing the title to February 2025. Now, with Microsoft having a first-party lineup for late 2024, it said at the time that it wanted to give players' backlog some breathing room, and Phil Spencer discussed this in a recent interview. And I quote, "We can afford it when we have the Diablo expansion, then Black Ops, and then Indie and the Great Circle. We didn't move it because Obsidian needed the time. They'll use the time." He also said Xbox studio head Matt Booty and I, we planned it out. We talked with the Game Pass team. We said, okay, let's make sure we pace this out a little better. So announced back in July of 2020, Avowed is a first-person fantasy action RPG set in the world of Eora, which was originally introduced in Obsidian's Pillar of Eternity series. The game director has said Avowed will be similar in length to The Outer Worlds, and that it has over 10 different endings. In the same interview, Spencer also expressed his dislike of manipulative expansions that don't offer players a unique point of view. In a separate interview, he also had mentioned some other things about like acquisitions and things like that. But when it comes to the delay on this, I personally am hoping that they use the delay to make sure that the game has a 60 frames option, right? Because obviously you need it to have that option, in my opinion, when you launch your first party stuff. I hope that they actually do that, and that gamers can kind of come around to why Xbox is the way it is. Like, it's strange for me that PlayStation has released a lot more graphically demanding games this generation, and yet theirs have all had a 60 option, or lots of different options, to be honest with you, like some 40 with ray tracing and things like that. They've done a lot more with what they've had and what they've released than kind of what's been going on. So we'll see what's up, and we'll see if Microsoft can kind of get people to change the thought process, and then maybe things will kind of start to change a little bit for the better. I feel like Microsoft sometimes gets lost in the shuffle with some of the things that are kind of going on. And, you know, at the same time, realistically, I think you can use that time to better get the game ready to maybe where it's an even better spot. So yeah, they say it's ready, you know, and that wasn't the issue. But at the same point in time, it's funny to me because some games were delayed. Like there was other third-party games that were supposed to come out around that time, and it ended up getting delayed. And now those games are also delayed into February of next year, which I think is very interesting. But it might give it more breathing room. Hey, it might run better. It might do, you know, a lot of different things that kind of help out gaming and things like that. So, you know, again, we'll see what happens long term. But I like I guess I like the idea that it could be in a much better state when it actually releases. You know, like I feel like this could be a game that would be a hit for. Could be, you know, like honestly, you know, I would love for it to be like this huge hit, but it just doesn't feel like it's going to be that, you know. I don't know. I don't see a lot of people go, oh man, I'm really excited for this or whatever. You know, I wish more people were because it looks so good, you know, and at the end of the day, it's just one of those things where I'm not sure that it is. Like this game could probably benefit from getting, and I know I use this a lot, getting a really, really good score, right? Sometimes people will gravitate to a game because it got a good score, right? Like I don't think, and I'll give a good example of this, like especially on like console stuff, I don't think people gave a crap about Baldur's Gate 3 until it started getting like really, really good scores and started going into like the Game of the Year talk, right? Once that happened, we started seeing people like pretend like they're interested. Whether or not they actually were interested, I couldn't tell you. But you know, again, is Avowed going to be a Game of the Year candidate? I doubt it. You know, we've got GTA kind of coming out, and so that's going to be something that, you know, a lot of people talk about and are interested in. So, you know, we'll see how this stuff kind of works out and how, you know, gamers react to it. Maybe it could be like this fantastic game that, you know, gamers are just like flocking to and super excited about. You know, that's kind of the hope anyway, you know. I honestly feel like this is a big game. This is a big kind of few months for Xbox because they did Black Ops 6, which, you know, hope that had to be, in my opinion, I mean, we didn't get any numbers, but that has to be something big for Game Pass, right? I mean, we'll probably get something on that sooner or later. Then it goes into Stalker 2, which people are saying could be a Game of the Year candidate. And then that goes into Indiana Jones, which, you know, looks like it could be good. Or it could be rubbish. We don't know yet. I guess we'll have to kind of wait and see. But, you know, with that being said, I feel like they are in like a prime position to try and make sure that, you know, they have stuff that gamers want to play. And then you go into like indie into early next year, and then you have, you know, you have something like Avowed. And hopefully that's, you know, keeping the momentum going and things like that, honestly. Like, they need to do that. And this could really help them tremendously as long as they kind of keep that in mind, you know. Just my humble opinion anyway. And, you know, at the end of the day, that would be probably the smartest move for them, you know, because they do, like I said, they're entering in a time, and then next year is also like Fable and the other Call of Duty, and, you know, could be some other things as well. So we'll see how that all works out. It is an exciting time, and it is, you know, I'm keeping kind of my eyes open onto what Xbox can do and what they're capable of. I feel like they are due, but also they tend to put their own foot in their mouth and things like that. And like the worst times too, you know what I mean? Like, hey, it's the holiday season. Let's go ahead and advertise that you don't need an Xbox to play Xbox, right? You know, it's not like millions of kids might want a new Xbox console and see that and their parents like get confused, or, you know, I don't know. Sometimes they baffle me with how dumb they are repeatedly. You know, I don't know, but only Microsoft knows, can answer for sure, and I doubt that they're going to go out and admit that they have been really stupid with a lot of their announcements and things. So let me know what you guys think, though. I'll link this in the description. Are you guys happy with the lineup that's coming? I mean, it seems like we're finally getting that good lineup of games. Rack them up, fact them up, Crap Gamer them up. Crap Gamer out.